What's up, everybody on YouTube? This is Christian Brindle bringing you another Medicare-centric YouTube video. And today, we're going to talk about the ups and downs of Plan G and Plan N. Both of them, in my personal opinion, have positives and negatives that you need to know about and you need to be aware of. This is going to be a fun video. Let's first start out with Plan N. What are the ups and downs of Plan N? Well, Plan N, in my personal opinion, has a couple of different advantages to it. Number one is it's going to be a lower premium. Sometimes, depending on where you live in the market, it's going to be pretty significantly lower than a Plan G as far as premiums concerned. It's going to be significantly lower than obviously a Plan F and some of the other more popular letter-centric Medicare plans. And basically, with a Plan N, that's a positive. The other positive is starting next year in 2020, and we'll talk about this more when I talk about Plan G, but a Plan N is not going to participate in the program known as Guaranteed Issue. What Guaranteed Issue is, anytime someone that's on Medicare, let's say, is canceled on a Medicare Advantage plan, or maybe a retirement plan, a group plan of any kind, they're able to get on certain Medigap and Medicare supplement plans without any type of health questions and underwriting. This is important because when you sign up for a Medicare supplement plan, your rate increases going forward, and don't get it twisted, all Medicare supplements go up in price every year as you get older. Every single plan will do this. So this impacts it because your rate increases a lot of times are partially determined by the group of people you're a part of that share the plan with you. So let's say there's 10 people on a plan and you're the 10th, and the other 9 people, the average of the claims that are going to be paid out is what's going to determine all of your rate increases. So with no health questions and so many people coming on every year with that plan without any health questions, it's going to dramatically affect your rate increases because you're going to have more people coming on that have health problems, health conditions, and this is going to mean that more claims are being paid out, which then, in turn, matter of facto, affects all of your rate increases in the negative ways. So that's what Guaranteed Issue is. We saw this happen with a very popular plan called a Medigap Plan F. It was very, very popular for so long, and then going forward, it wasn't very popular after about 20 years in the marketplace because it just took its toll dramatically after so long. So Plan N is not going to be participating with Guaranteed Issue, which means typically the rate increases won't be as much. The only people that get onto a Plan N are people that are turning 65, that get on it with their open to Medicare window, and people that are able to pass health questions and go through underwriting. So you have a much healthier pool of people you're becoming a part of going forward. So that would, in my opinion, would be a positive. The other thing with a Plan N is it's relatively good coverage. There's very few things you do have to pay out of pocket. But now let's talk about the negatives. The main negative I see with a Plan N is you have more expenses than you would with a Plan G. You just do. You have the $185 one-time-a-year deductible they do not cover, which is known as the Medicare Part B deductible. It's $185 this year in 2019. It could be more in years to come, but it's there. You have that, which you get that with a Plan G as well. But you also have an up to a $20 copay. Now that's fine if you don't go to the doctor much. But some people go to the doctor a lot. It just depends on the person, but that is a negative. You have an up to a $20 copay for a doctor visit every single time you go. And then you have a $50 emergency room copay. Those things can add up if you use it enough. You're going to make up the difference in premium if you use it enough pretty quickly between an N and a G. So, Plan N, in my opinion, has its good and bad to it, its strengths and weaknesses. Now let's talk about Plan G. So Plan G, let's talk about the good about Plan G. Plan G is a lot cheaper than a Plan F. It's been that way for quite some time, probably since about 2013-14. It's been the best available plan in the marketplace. I still believe it's the best plan, at least for the next couple of years going forward. I still think it's going to be very, very strong, very, very good. With Plan G, there's a lot of simplicity, so I'd say that'd be the good about it. The only thing you pay out of pocket for a Plan G as far as you're out of pocket is you pay the $185 deductible one time per year for Medicare Part B, and that's it. No other copays, no other costs. Very simple. People like that. That's why people like the Plan F for so many years. Plan F had no costs for you, medically speaking. As long as Medicare paid first, Plan F would pay everything else. It wouldn't leave anything behind. So Plan G, as better coverage than a Plan N. There's less for you to potentially to pay. The other positive would be it's cheaper than a Plan F and some other plans like that. Plan Cs, you're not going to see that too much of that going forward due to macro, but that's a topic for another video, which we've done a topic for. So go back and watch that video. I'll leave that link to that video in the description if you'd like to see that about macro. So let's talk about the negatives of Plan G. Well, in 2015, a bill called macro was passed. I'm just going to briefly explain that this made it to where, starting in 2020, Plan G would accept people in the event of guaranteed issue, which I talked about earlier, which means people that are canceled that are on Medicare will be able to get it without health questions. This is projected to affect the rate increases going forward. My anticipation and my expectation is it will take a long time for this to take effect. I still think the Plan G is the best available plan going forward. It's not just going to happen overnight. It took 20 years of Plan F accepting people in the event of guaranteed issue before you saw the prices start to inflate. 20 years. So keep that in mind. But that is a negative on a Plan G. And then the other thing is the Plan G, it costs a little bit more than a Plan N. So which one's better for you? Well, it depends on your situation. That's my best answer. That's my politically correct answer. It depends on your market, number one. Because in some markets, the price is very, very close between the two. If the price is almost the same, you're going to want to get a G every time. But in some markets, the price is dramatically far apart from each other. The N's are much cheaper in some places. So if the N is if the N saves enough premium compared to a G, then it's obviously a better plan for you because it's just a lot cheaper and they're very similar. If you don't go to the doctor much, but you just want the peace of mind of having a Medicare supplement, a Plan N is going to be very attractive to you because it's cheaper. You have the copays for the doctors, but you don't go very often. If your health changes, then that's a different story. And no one has a crystal ball. Nobody knows with that. If I have clients of mine that go to a doctor every single week, they go to a specialist every single week, that would be $20 a pop every week, $80 a month. That's kind of hard to swallow. If you go to the emergency room 2 or 3 times a year at $50 a pop, those copays can add up. They can make up the difference in premium very quickly. But if you're healthy, relatively, the Plan N is an attractive option. If you go to the doctor more often than not, if your health is on the downswing a little bit, the Plan G is going to be a better option because you have less copays. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you liked this video. I hope this cleared up some differences between the N and the G. And if you like this video, drop a like. Helps us reach more people. Helps us help more people just like you. Subscribe for future content, future videos, and drop a comment on what you'd like to see in videos going forward. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.